Right now at 6, a shooting investigation is underway in New Haven. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin will join us live with what we know so far this morning.
And the attorney for Michelle Troconis making a court request ahead of today's hearing.
And early voting is one step closer to reality this morning. What state lawmakers just decided last night and the steps ahead.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks so much for joining us here at Fox 61 at 6. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Symphony Privet in for Tim this morning. We're kicking things off with a live look outside across the state this morning. A quiet start to the day, but will it stay quiet?
I think a lot of people are hoping that it will as we take a live look there. Mohegan Sun looking nice with the purple filter there. We're checking in with meteorologist Matt Scott. Happy Thursday. Ooh, almost Friday.
Yeah, there's a beautiful crescent moon outside.
It is. Listen,
yeah.
Quiet is fine. Less breezy would be nice. Yesterday was pretty windy at times, and it took a real chunk out of the temperatures. Now for today, we do still have a little bite to the winds thanks to another breeze, but it's not as bad. It's relaxing a little bit, so that's certainly some good news. Bright sun, milder temperatures over the next couple of days, and in the 7-day, we have the last few days of winter in there. Are there any storms on the horizon? We'll talk about that. Here's the radar picture. Got a couple of clouds out there, but again, that crescent moon low in the southern sky, southwestern sky, looking very pretty out there. We're still looking for a northerly flow, not from our exiting nor'easter, but from incoming high pressure, the two working together to kick up that breeze. Temperatures 33 right now in Hartford, 35 in New Haven, 34 in Groton. But when you add a wind, which at the very least, the fact that we have the word calm up there is a nice change of pace. Still enough of a wind, no wind gusts to take it down to 20 to 30 degrees at the bus stop this hour. And speaking of the bus stop, it's a few clouds now, a few clouds later on, but I think a decent amount of sunshine in there too as we approach 50 degrees for a high today. We'll talk about the weekend because we are getting closer and closer to that coming up. Right now, let's see as we get closer and closer to the morning rush. Here's Lauren Zenzi. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Matt. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a great morning so far. Not much to get to out on the roadways. Lots of construction is already wrapped up for the day for the morning commute. Things are moving smoothly on 91 as we bring you out to a live look of I-84 over in East Hartford, heading over the Bulkley Bridge. Some light volume out there as you head over into the capital city, but overall really not much to complain about on the eastbound side. Very light volume out there. In the Waterbury area, 84 in both directions now that construction has cleared. Looks great for the morning commute. Route 8 southbound Seymour to Shelton will take you about 5 minutes. Traffic moving right at speed limit. Taking a live look out in one of my favorite places, 95 on New Haven, right near IKEA. I need to go on a shopping trip there relatively soon. They have the best stuff. And then over down in Bridgeport, some light to moderate volume starting to build for the morning commute on 95 southbound. We'll check in again on the roads coming up at 6:30. Erica and Symphony, back over to you.
Lauren, thank you. All right. New Haven police are searching for the suspect that shot a man on the street yesterday evening. It happened near Dixwell Avenue and West Hazel Street.
Yeah, we're checking in with Fox 61's Brooke Griffin live in New Haven this morning with the very latest from police. Now, Brooke, what do you know so far?
Well, so far we do know that a man is in the hospital this morning with serious gunshot wounds, according to New Haven police, and they're still searching for the person that did this. Now, New Haven police say just past 6 o'clock yesterday evening, they were called to Dixwell Avenue and New Hazel Street for reports of a man shot. They tell us when they arrived, they found that man with serious gunshot injuries. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Police have not provided an update on how he's doing at this time. One man who happened to be driving by right after that shooting happened says he tried to help the victim the best he could.
I saw a young man on the street and I was going to get out. I turned my hazards on and at first I thought he was drunk or something and I was just going to pull him to the side. And then when I got out the car, turned my hazards on, everyone ran up and said he had just got shot.
And this all happened right in front of First Calvary Baptist Church. That's a church that's recently been the host of several community conversations about the violence taking place across the city. Live in New Haven, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Alrighty, thank you, Brooke. A 6:04 now, and happening this morning, Michelle Troconis is expected to appear before a judge in Stamford. You may remember she is the former girlfriend of Fotis Dulos and is one of two people charged in connection to the disappearance of Jennifer Farbo Dulos. On Thursday, Troconis' attorney filed a motion to end 24/7 GPS monitoring. In that filing, they claim the monitoring prevents her from working as an equestrian trainer. They also mentioned she has no previous criminal record and has obeyed all of the rules pertaining to her pretrial release.
A state trooper has been suspended with pay after he's accused of letting his girlfriend use a department reporting system that contained sensitive information. Trooper Mitchell Paz is facing computer crimes and also conspiracy to commit computer crimes charges. State police say Paz and Amanda Marino of Terryville accessed software to look into an investigation about a man that Marino has a child with. That man, Sean ROKU, had been arrested in an ongoing drug case, and ROKU and Marino were both arrested in February on similar charges.
Happening today at the state capitol, Republican lawmakers are expected to introduce several proposals they say will create more transparency on how tax dollars are spent. Now, among the concerns lawmakers have are the use of COVID relief funds and the oversight of federal funds for transportation upgrades. Today's announcement is expected at 11 this morning in the Legislative Office building. On Thursday, a public hearing was held on reforming how youth crime and incarcerations are handled. Among the advocates that spoke, the Connecticut Justice Alliance. Now, that group is in favor of legislation that educates, houses, and supports troubled youth while getting young people 18 and under out of adult prisons.
Mass incarceration, surveillance, and over-policing will not solve any of the issues that Connecticut's seeing in terms of violence. You cannot end violence with violence. We must address the root.
Also discussed shifting funding to prioritize community-based intervention programs like the Connecticut Justice Alliance. Oh, they say they want to hold youth accountable for their actions with rehabilitation and opportunities to turn their lives around. Staying at the Capitol this morning, lawmakers just advanced a bill to allow early voting in our state out of committee. It's now heading to the General Assembly for consideration. It passed on a 13-6 vote. As written this morning, it would establish early voting in certain elections starting this year. It would also allow for same-day election and primary day registration on early voting days, as well as clarify the parameters early voting would be implemented.
6:07, and right now in Wolcott, police are looking for the person who they say stole a car on Todd Road. We have some video of a vehicle being driven away right there. Now, the surveillance video says it happened just before 7 Wednesday morning. So take a look at your screen right now. Here's a closer look at that car that was stolen. Anyone with any information, please call Wolcott Police. And to New Haven this morning, where several residents in the so-called tent city are staying despite an order to leave. The row of tents and tarps has been there for years, but now the city says there have been several problems which led to officials ordering people to leave.
They've built a shower with water that drains right into the river there. They started to build another permanent structure. There's human waste on site. There's a lot of trash.
Now, we're told that some people did leave and went to the Amistad Catholic Worker, which has what it calls a human rights zone where people can set up their tents in the backyard.
So what we're doing now in the backyard is sort of combining this resistance to the criminalization of homelessness with actual, hands-on hospitality with people who really need it.
Meanwhile, community outreach workers from the city were on site at the encampment offering resources, while no enforcement action was taken. The city says residents are still being asked to leave the area.